Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I took a couple weeks off to try to get ready for the holidays, end of the year stuff, and I am pleased to announce that I finally finished. Everything is done, it's ready to go. Now I can finally relax. I can do a couple videos, I can hang out with you guys, and I can enjoy the end of my year. Finally. Well, I also have a reason to be celebrating because today I hit 30,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. And if you're new here, welcome. I have lots more videos. I have way more coming. The liberal tears are still flowing. I got lots more ideas, lots more videos in the pipeline. So please, if you like my content, you're going to like this video, share it with your community, and hey, consider subscribing. I would love to have you be a part of my 30,000 subscribers. So today we have John Fetterman. And I'm not sure if he's a Republican. I'm not sure if he's a Democrat. I don't even know if he knows what he is. But I'll tell you what I know he is, and that's based. He is, I can't believe it, but he is the most honest and thoughtful member of the Democrat Party. Huh. I don't say this very often about people like Senator Fetterman, but I like him. Hey, John, if you come across my video and you're watching this, kudos to you, man. Look at me all decked out, my Trump gear, and I'm telling you, I like you. That's weird. Hey, maybe you'll like him too, and you just don't know it. Here we have a full interview with him. I'm going to try not to stop it too much. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
So are you going to be Donald Trump's favorite Democrat in the Senate?
I don't know what that really means because you never know. But what I am is I'm just a regular Democrat. I'm not leaving my party, but I'm not sure why some of the things that I've chosen to do, like meeting with nominees and having views that might be more aligned with some of the Republican side, I think that's part of politics, and that's pretty much consistent with just doing the job and representing the kind of state that we have in Pennsylvania.
Looking forward, what are you most optimistic about with a Trump presidency, and what do you fear?
Well, it's like I've been warning people, like, you got to chill out. Like the constant, freak out. It's not helpful. So,
I mean, come on. How can you be upset about that? Being a Trump person. This guy's great. This is great. This is great. Let's hear more.
Pack a lunch. Pace yourself, because he hasn't even taken office yet.
Do you think he has the potential to be a successful and a good president?
I hope, because I'm not rooting against him. If you're rooting against the president, you are rooting against the nation. And
if you're rooting against the president, you're rooting against the nation. Hello, McFly. Is anybody home? God, this guy. I like him.
I'm not ever going to be where I want a president to fail. So, country first. I know it's become maybe like a cliche, but it happens to be true.
What was the single biggest factor behind Kamala Harris and Democrats losing in November?
You have a singular political talent. It's undeniable.
Trump.
He had the energy and almost a sense of fearlessness to just say all those kinds of things. And people, it's undeniable that it has an entertaining aspect for that too. And just, if you're not afraid to say all of those things. And after you survived an assassination, you literally were shot in your head, and had the presence of mind to respond, fight, fight, fight. I mean, that's a political talent. It's undeniable. And also, I never believed that it was about fascism. And for me, that made it difficult for
Kamala Harris said that he was a fascist.
Yeah, well, it's like that's her prerogative. I mean, but it's not a word that I would use, because you put a lot of Democrats, especially in my state, that I know, and I happen to love people that are going to vote for Trump, and they are not fascists. And also, fascism, that's not a word that regular people, use. That, I think people are.
Thank you, John Fetterman. I'm not a fascist. Are you? Tell me in the comments. Are you a fascist? I bet you all the people calling us fascist couldn't define fascist. They don't even know what they're calling us.
We're going to decide who is the candidate that's going to protect and project, my version of the American way of life. And that's what happened.
I talked to a lot of Democrats before the election who were saying, we're going to win, Harris is going to win in Pennsylvania. But you saw this coming.
If you live in Pennsylvania and you spend time in Red County, Pennsylvania, as much as I did, the support's astonishing. I mean, I was driving home from Indiana County at 9 o'clock, and there was a Trump superstore on the side of a road. 9 o'clock on Friday night, and people are buying swag. And then that really crystallized at the assassination. And that was in Butler County, Western Pennsylvania, fairly close to where I live. And the day or two later, you start seeing people wearing shirts with that iconic picture, and the energy and the anger, and it's like, wow, I really thought, in fact, I thought that might be ball game. And then the second thing really, and that's when Musk and I, we're in the business. Surrogacy is part of it, and sometimes it really has much of an impact, but I knew that was going to be a special one. And
the endorsement by Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, an endorsement and an active one, and I'm not even talking about his checkbook.
Yeah.
It's rare if you have a surrogate that has a lot of fanboys and is very compelling to a lot of the demographic that we are losing in our party and in Pennsylvania.
Do you think he would have won without Elon Musk?
Well, I'm not sure if we would have lost Bob Casey, but I do think Trump, it would have been closer. I really believe that it mattered. We lost Bob Casey for 15,000 votes. And I'm sure he did move the needle. It's undeniable.
How would you grade the Trump transition?
Well, I mean, it's not really a grade, but I'm saying this as a Democrat. It's like I clearly, after he announced Gates, and I'm like, that's just, I described that. That's God tier trolling. I mean, that was never serious. And anyone here in Congress knows that he's despised by Republicans too. So that also set the stage, and here's what's coming. And now I have met with all of them so far, and the ones that we haven't.
His nominees.
They're on the schedule back in January.
You met with Pete Hegseth.
I did, yeah.
You think he's
I got a video on Pete Hegseth. After this one, you can go watch that one and learn all about him. He's perfect for the role. He's perfect.
Qualified to be defense secretary?
Well, I think we're going to learn more. We're going to learn more. And that hearing, and there's going to be an FBI background and that. But, my commitment, and I think I'm doing the job, is I'm going to sit down and have a conversation. And the president picked these people, not going to be my first choice, second choice, third choice. But that's democracy. And to me, it would be distressing if he is confirmed, if the Democrats are going to turn our back collectively to the leader of the defense. That's astonishing, and that's dangerous.
So you see yourself inclined to be open to supporting these controversial nominees. You might not support them all, but you see yourself.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But there is going to be some that I will vote yes. And there's some maybe that I'll vote no. But nobody can accuse me of just saying I had a closed mind, or I just said no because Trump picked this person, or whatever.
I saw you, Elise Stefanik, you have said you're going to vote for her. I saw you with her thumbs up.
Yeah, well, and Rubio, for
All
me,
right.
it's like, Rubio, for me, it's like he's in the other party, obviously. But there's a lot of the Venn is closer. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
And now if I was, as a Democrat, looking to assemble a bipartisan cabinet, he'd be a solid choice, from a Democrat.
You met with Kash Patel, I believe, right?
Yesterday, well, yes.
He's talked about going after Trump's enemies.
Yeah, and we've had conversations, but we had all of these interviews were all off the record, and those things. So I'm not going to go into detail, but he absolutely that's never going to happen. Like he was very.
He's not going to use the FBI to go after Trump's enemies.
Like, no, that's not it. Or
did you believe him?
Taken.
I mean, he's written a lot.
Like that's what he claims.
Yeah.
And I found out, his family's origin story and immigration, and we talked about that. And my family immigration and things. And so I learned things about him. I never knew that he was a public defender.
So did you come across liking Kash Patel more than you thought you would? Thinking you could support him?
I mean, how much you can absorb in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I have learned things, and I have heard things, and I have no regrets for having these. I never left any of those interviews saying, wow, that was a waste of time, or I regret that.
Have you talked to Trump since the election?
I have not. I have not, no.
So.
Oh, time for a trip to Mar-a-Lago then, buddy. You want to go. That's the next thing we're going to see is John Fetterman goes to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump. I think he'd be very welcome there. I mean, look, if Trump let Joe Scarborough and his chick in, he'll let anybody in. I don't know if I could have done that. I might have had to slap this shit out of Joe Scarborough at least one time. He called him Hitler every day for like 2 years. Like, what the hell? Trump's way more forgiving than I would be. I'll tell you that.
I assume he's going to call you at some point. What is your message to him after he sees this?
What would I say to him? I'd be like, well, hey, congratulations, and have an honest conversations of things we could work together, and some things we're going to disagree. I'd like to avoid the cheap heat and some of the other stuff, but it's going to be a kooky ride, I'm sure. And I try to be a committed, steady voice for Pennsylvania, and to remember that we have to find as many wins in the middle of an incredibly divisive times.
See, wasn't that pretty good? That was pretty damn good. I like this guy. I don't understand how it's possible that the smartest person the Democrats have is the guy that's recovering from a stroke. That speaks volumes about everyone else. Well, hey, thanks for watching. I'm on vacation now. More videos are coming. Please subscribe to my channel. Join this YouTube movement. We're doing a good thing here. We're doing God's work. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Mazel Tov. Peace.